Good day, guys. As you all know me, as a mentor, Nasdaq Ninja. So, guys, if I can continue. Good day, guys. As you all know me, as a mentor, Nasdaq Ninja. So, guys, if I can continue, can you please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified once I upload. So, like I promised you guys that once we reach 70K subscribers, I'm going to actually give you guys a mini course so that we can learn on how is the market going and what is the market, you understand? So that people can understand on how to actually trade the market. So was the most important thing and one of the most thing that I promise you guys, just to really appreciate you guys for your time, your effort, and for your support, guys. It means a lot to me. So we're going to actually talk about the market explanation. So when we talk about the market explanation, we're talking about forex, indices, and metals. On forex, guys, forex is just an exchange of currencies. You understand? So here it says trading currency pairs: Euro USD, GBP USD, and then index is a group stock. It's a group of top stocks, 900 USDT and German and food. You understand? And then metals is just like gold, silver, and platinum. So in one of the most thing that is something that you really come across in a daily basis, when we talk about metals, man, you really come across golds. I don't know if they are fake or what, but you do come across golds. And 900 is one of practically you come across people holding iPhones, Microsoft, some are using Google, Instagram. Those are like NAS 100, understand? And then Euro USD, man, it's just currencies based on against another currency. So it's like in most cases you arrive, you find that they say, man, USD to ZAR it's strong, and then ZAR to USD it's weak, you understand? So it's always like that. So those are the things that you really come across. And I remember in the past when we used to watch news, and then there'll be a part whereby they talk about the market, but we'll skip because we'll be in a hurry to watch your movies or your cartoons because now the elders are done watching those news, understand? So, but at the end of the day, man, those are one of the things that we really come across in reality. So if you're new, you just have to know that forex is just an exchange of currencies, man. Some of us like me, I really like trading USDT and S100, but they still call me a forex trader. But I trade indices most. So those things are two different, and for you to learn, it's very important, guys. So make sure, guys, when you get to this course, right, make sure you ask us on a specific topic. I always put my pen in my book. If I'm listening to something, I just write down so that I can refine or rephrase from them. You understand? So it's very important for you to actually have something on your side. Just write on those topics. Or you can ask on the comment section on the DM. I didn't understand this topic on what. But adding, guys, some of the things here are short. They are long and extreme advanced course. Like even the topics here, they're gonna be short. Like I told you, it's going to be just a mini course. You understand? Just to take you there and there. And obviously, some will really appreciate this part. Some won't really appreciate it. And at the end of the day, not all of us can like something. Even if I can bring one of my best things, you're still gonna not like it if you are not there to actually like it. You understand? That's one thing about life. We need to really appreciate time and understand that some people might not really like those things. So we're gonna jump to the topic number two and see what is it that we have on number two. So we have technical analysis basics. Like we said, it's just basics. Those are the things that if you leave them behind, you might not really understand how the market really moves. You understand? So we're going to talk about technical analysis basics. So we have double top and bottoms, and we have head and shoulder, flags, and pennants, and we have triangles and wedges. So those are the So yeah, we're going to actually jump into this topic, which is technical analysis. So we have double top and double bottom. We have head and shoulders and triangles and wedges. So these are one of the patterns that we really use into the market. I don't know which ones you really like using, but these are one of the most important patterns I like using. So in most cases, when I actually trade, guys, I like using the board because it gives me a really understanding of the market. You understand? So when we talk about double top and double bottoms, it's most of the people, you can just put it in an easy explanation. Like you can say W or M formation. So those were when I started trading, guys, they used to explain them like that. And it didn't make sense. But at the end of the day, man, once you cut them as double top and bottom, you forget. You be like, nah, man, it's a M and a W. You understand? Head and shoulders, guys, you're just gonna see it once we talk about it. Some of you guys already knows these things, and for you to know these things, just another chapter, another me adding another knowledge for you. You understand? Because at the end of the day, man, the market changes every day. We can never lie about that, man. Yo, I'm just watching myself here, just killed one of the heaviest sell. I'll be like, how did I do that? But it's crazy because we're gonna actually talk about certain things based on that sell as well, so that you guys can really understand on how we actually milked it. Yo, so I wanna jumping into the board and actually explain this few stuff so that we understand anything. So I'm gonna jump into the whiteboard and then we're gonna come back this side. Understand? So it's really really important for me guys to actually show you guys everything throughout the market, and because I know very well that people, man, they like being ignorant, and at the end of the day, man, that kills a lot of people. It's very important for us to understand everything. Understand? So we're gonna talk about double bottom. I just woke up in a good mood, guys. So because I reached 70K subscribers, why not? So yeah, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to be an affiliate. How to do. Actually, we're gonna actually just talk about everything throughout the process. So here, I'm creating my double top. One thing that I'm gonna be with you is that double top and double bottom, when we present them, some might not exactly come out as presented. You need to be vigilant and understand that the market won't. Guys, this is a money game. This is a money game. It's a determination. You understand? So they can never give you money. Nobody in your entire life is going to give you money, including me. I can give you giveaways, but that's not me giving. That's not wealth. You're not gonna be rich with 1K that I gave. You're going to buy bread, and then the next thing you buy, whatever you buy, you're done. And then tomorrow, am I gonna give you money? No. Someone is going to win the giveaway. You understand? So there's no one in your entire life is going to give you money. You need to stand up by yourself and work for it. So it's very important. So even the market is not there to give you money, man. It's there to take your money. If they said it's there to give you money, they lied to you. So always when you get to the double top, right? Most of the people will just say double bottom. But you need to understand the basic structure of the market. Where is the market going? Because now you're gonna create the double top when the market is on a bullish momentum. No, it's going to pass very well. It won't even have a big problem because there it knows very well that it's there to just test that resistance, and then the next thing it will do what? It will just pass clean. Understand? It's going to pass clean. It won't even have any problem. So this is a double top. So in most cases, we like doing is we like putting our stop loss at this certain point. Actually, let me create another one because this one I might use it like too frequent. So let me create with this one. And then I'm gonna just put it like this. So we understand that this could be our stop loss, and most of the people like putting those stop loss too far. You don't put those stop losses too fast, man. You just put them nearby, like here. If you're a good trader, man, and at the right entry point, and then we're gonna come again and say, oh no, our take profit is going to be there at the bottom side. That's how we most of the people really trade. Understand? And then you put your stop loss there, and then but in my advanced trading, I understand that I need to let it pass this point here. We call this it's an inducement. If you want to learn about inducement, you should just go for extreme advanced course. Understand? The place whereby the market will actually reverse. Most of the cases, people will want to enter inside. I like entering outside because I know very well that they are done with them. They are clean. So I'm going to enter my trade here, and then I'm gonna put my stop loss above that reversal, and then I know that my first take profit I'm going to put it here, and then my second take profit I'm gonna put it there at the top side. Understand? And with this, it gives me a real assurance because once it start entering inside here, I know very well that there's no way I'm gonna go back outside. And then we have this trend line as well. You see, now you started being confused because you thought you know this thing, but you didn't know it. You understand? So you thought you know it, but now you see that no, man, this is too heavy. Understand? So the market might come here and hit our first take profit and move up out to the top side. That's where people start being doing what? Being scared. But here you can understand that I'm teaching you guys two patterns at the same time. Uh-huh. If you understand, you already see. Understand? And then the next thing, it will come and hit our second take profit. So this, I like calling it a diagonal double top, but it always starts from a specific point whereby they're taking people out. The next thing it does what? It moves. It will do this. And the other days in the good part, because now you can see that it created a head and shoulder. And the other good in the good part, it will just come here. You know, one thing about me now being having a robot as well is that the robot is busy doing its work here. You know, I'm busy checking it, you know, and the other piece is busy doing its work, and I'm busy focusing on me teaching you guys. So I have more time to actually do most of the things. So the market can just move a little bit here and then move. You know, it depends on how it's going to move, and then the next thing it pushes to the bottom side to hit that take profit. But at the end of the day, they will still come to you and say this is a double top. So I want you to understand that it won't come exactly as you think. You understand? So on the next part, I'm just gonna just present it as it's going to be presented to you forever. You understand? So it's going to be like this. Understand? And it's going to be like this. And then the next thing, it's a just your W, and then it will move to the bottom. So this one is a double bottom. Clean. It's gonna be like this. But in the near future, you realize that when I always enter here and always blow my account, what is the problem? That is the problem, and that is going to be the problem. You understand? And then now let's push to the head and shoulder. On the head and shoulder, we have the same problem. You understand? And now we have to really to what, fix the problem so that we can be able to understand what is it that is really going on, you know, because this is not what I was taught. You know, you always ask yourself, oh, and then the head and shoulder will be like this, right? This is going to be my left shoulder, and then it comes again, and then it moves to the top side, right? I always say where there's a pattern, there's a trend line. If you know my videos very well, you know very well that I said that in most cases. There's always a reverse on a zone. So probably here we're just gonna do this, and then we say it's a zone. Here it has to be a zone as always. It has to be a zone here. You understand? Zone. So you understand places of reversals, you understand zones. So there it's going to be a zone. So here there's gonna be a trend line, basically. So on zones, guys, you need to go for extreme advanced because yo, that's one of my favorite thing, man. I like zone, you know. I like zones. And I learned the zones the hard way. You know, I had to blow a lot to know that this is a zone. And then like where there's this one, there's a trend line. We're still gonna talk about the trend line if you don't know what is a trend. So the head and shoulder are gonna come and say, this is a head and shoulder, you enter here. The next thing you blow in your account. No ways. We let the market pass this place because they know very well we entered. Once they come back with the head and shoulder, we enter inside. Then now we understand we own the market from this point. You understand? We are owning. This is going to be a take profit there in the bottom side, and then this is going to be a stop loss here. Not that as big like that. I see people putting stop loss here. Put it here, man. Here. You understand? Stop losses are there to protect your account, not to actually kill your account. You understand? So we're gonna actually like talk about wedges, then we're jumping into another topic. So first to the inverse head and shoulders, man. You know, if I had to press one button and then it does just do it reverse, then I was gonna be so excited. So we have a falling wedge and a rising wedge. You understand? So those are the two wedges that I like. We have a lot of wedges, guys. We have continuation wedges, but now we're gonna talk about reversal wedges because these are the ones that I like the most. They like happening on NAS 100. So the wedge will be like this, and then the next thing you'll find the market, it's here, and then it's playing around here. You understand? Now, with this one, guys, you just have to know that the market will move heavily. So the market might play around until it becomes too small. The more it becomes too small, the more the market is going to create the biggest movement. When I say small, like until it goes to this, the market will come and create the biggest movement. So you're going to enter your cells around here, understand? And then obviously there will be a stop loss, and then your take profit will be there in the bottom side. Understand? So let's push this one here so that we can understand in this one. Understand? So here we're just gonna do like this. Understand? So the thing that is when people don't understand when we say falling wedge, I say what's falling? You know, I would like to one day ask this question. I say, what is falling? The people might say the impulse is the one that actually define. It's not. It's the wedges. The wedges here they are rising. You understand? So when they rise, they're actually gonna create a reversal. But if the impulse it rised, but the wedges were falling, it is going to create the continuation. Yo, that is that's more if you've been in the market for too long, you're really now you are confused as hell. Like, what do you mean? So you see here, the wedges were falling. You saw I did them rising there. That's when I started explaining so that you understand. No, if they are falling, they actually representing a reversal. But if these wedges were to be like this, let me do it like this, and then the wedges were like this. Understand? Maybe I can just say like this, and then it comes and then it becomes like this. It rises. You understand? Like this, then it's going to fall. The wedges is the one that rises, not the impulse movement. So with this one, we are actually down. Let's jump into another topic and then we see what is it that we really have. And I hope and believe you guys learned a lot about those ones, understand? So let's jumping into another topic and see what is it that we really have in the other topic. It's very important for us to show you guys everything. I'm so excited to be with you guys today here. Understand? So that we going to learn about the market. So we have support and resistance. Some of you guys could be like, oh man, I already know support and resistance. I was taught support and resistance many times. But at the end of the day, man, it's never too late to learn again. Mm. Understand? So you're gonna learn again. So I still use support and resistance, guys. Support and resistance is one of the most strategy I like. As it says key zones where prices react, entries and exit confirmation, place stop loss below support or above resistance. If you can see from the patterns, we had support and resistance. I understand. So it's one of the perfect strategy that I like using, and for me, it gives me like an understanding of the market, even the structure of the market. I can get it from this place. So once we talk about it, you're going to learn where price reacts, and then you're going to actually learn about entry and exit confirmation. And if you're actually gonna learn about placing your stop loss below your support or above your resistance, you're going to actually learn about those kind of things once we get there. So with this, guys, I like going again to the whiteboard and just draw it. Some of the people like saying I like just to create myself more time, and I could just jumping into yeah, your trading view and start drawing them. That's not me, man. I like being creative. You understand? That's one thing that I like. I like being creative. And with this course, when it comes to the presentation, it wasn't as creative as it is as I wanted it to be. You understand? Because of time, I had to, you understand, to do a quick presentation, write down everything. But I like being creative, guys. That time that I waste being creative, it means a lot to me. You understand? Because a lot of people, guys, like saying that, yo, no, you waste too much time and then this and that. Understand? Here we have our resistant. You nearly forgot how resistant is it's being written. I don't know why. You understand? Yeah, but at the end of the day, guys, is the support. So, guys, make sure that you comment whatever places that you didn't understand so that we can actually try to help you with them. You understand? So, this is our support. So, with this, guys, I'd like saying this if you're new, you just have to say this one is your roof and then the other one is your floor. You understand? So you understand that, oh, if you throw a rubber ball inside the house, it will just come and plays around. You understand? So that you understand those are the simplest basics. If you understand them, then we are done. You understand? Support and resistance. So when the market is here, we are looking for selling opportunities. We are not looking for buying, and we don't think if the market will pass. We just have to look for selling opportunities, right? And then when the market is below here, we're looking for buying opportunities. So on your support, you buy, on your resistance, you're selling. Like that. Simple as that, right? You just have to understand. Simple as that. Here you sell. So you're looking for sales here, you're looking for buy. You're only gonna look for a buying, what is this? A selling direction. Once the market breaks it, that's when you start looking for a selling direction and then you put your stop loss above it here. You understand? So with this, let's say you are entering your sell here, you're gonna put your stop loss here, your interest is going to be here. You understand? And then this is going to be a take profit. The nicest part is that whatever that I was teaching you about inducement, it's there as well. The market will still act like it's breaking this one. And remember, it matters on which time frame you really. If you thrown this on H4, you understand? On M5 it can break, on M15 it can break, but remember it's on M4. M4 didn't break. It just added the rejection and then it'll come back inside and fall below side. So it's always important to understand where did you get that certain direction, and then here you're going to have your entry point. You understand? Some will say in 2025, this guy still teaches this. This is what I use. What should I do? So I teach what I actually use, man. You understand? And then here is TP. I don't know if people want me to teach something that I don't use. I don't know, man. And still, people who scream around about me saying, "Oh, no trend lines, this and that." They don't drive cars that I have. No, guys, let's leave that part. It will create a lot of you understand. But at the end of the day, that's what I wanted you guys to know. So yeah, it's a take profit. But you heard that we actually took the volume down, guys. So it means don't tell the people, zip it. Hey, people out there, guys, fight for everything, man. They just fight for something that they really see. You understand? So you put your stop loss there, and then your take profit, it becomes deep below. So that is what it actually gives you an advice in. It gives you the whole structure of the market and for you to understand which point you're at and how it's going to actually move. You understand? So it's very important for you to actually understand certain parts like that. I don't know if you really understand it, but it's like that. You understand? So that's just support and resistance, guys. Furthermore about this, we just have to jumping into the chart and see what is it that we need to actually talk about on the other chapter. Understand? So let's go to our chart. Let's jump into our chart and see. So when we're jumping into the chart, you can see that the first thing first that we actually really come across here, we come across the same thing, guys. We come across the same thing. That is one of the most important thing when we're jumping into the chart. We just come across support and resistance. From this part, you see that I don't even have to throw, but I'll just throw. In a sense, for us to understand. So let's say we are using a time frame like H4. Understand? I'll say for me on H4 is zones. Now you understand where do I put my zones. And then we're gonna have our simplest thing, which is a resistance. We need to check if you're on the same page with the PC. Yes, we are. And then here we're going to have our resistance, like a simplest thing. Why this is our resistance? It's a question that you need to ask yourself. Why is this our resistance? Obviously you can see that no, this is our resistance because the market at this certain point it once reversed, or we can just check it to the past and say this once been our support. When it breaks, it becomes a resistance. Or on that chapter, we didn't show you guys when. Let's do it as quick as possible, so that you understand as quick as possible. We skipped this part, and that is the most important. The market will play around here, having a support and resistance. Simple as that, and then it will break. Once it breaks, your support. Remember, this is your support, right? And then it's going to become your resistance because the market is below, and then it will do what? It will go to the bottom side. So that's how it is. You understand? That's how it is. So that's what the market actually did at the certain place. Here it was your support, it moved to the top side and it broke, came back and retest. It has to retest and push below side. Understand? So it's very important for us to actually understand parts like that. Understand? So let me actually look for my other support here. Yo, there is it here. There should be somewhere here. And then we have our support at the certain places here. Why? This was once our resistance. You understand? And if you can check, this is our double top here. It's either in another way you could have created a double top like this. Let me make sure I look for my arrow here. Yeah, I do have these things here. You understand? So it could be like this. This could be a double top like this. But it created an inner double top again. I don't know if you've seen that. Understand? So those are the same thing. Understand? It's like one of the same thing. So with support and resistance, we understand the market will still, in the past when I was trading with support and resistance, I do understand that the market will just come back there. You understand? But now because I feel like I'm too advanced, man, I just feel like I know it will reverse. Stop trading and feeling like, you understand? Actually, I'm speaking to myself as well. That man, don't feel like you need to understand that it will reverse, yes or no. Understand? I want to understand at this certain place, is there any support or anything? This is how we like zones, because zones you already know that there is a support that is happening there. You might not see it at the current market, but in the past it will show you. You understand? So the market has to break as well here in order for us to confirm the sell coming here. You understand? So it's very, very important. So those are your support and resistance. These are the supporters. And then you see, now we're gonna remove this one, right? They're just gonna put it in a simplest explanation so that everybody can understand. You understand? So if you can see, the market played around this point. You understand? And then it played around, and then now it decides to break. Once it breaks, it can retest and then push furthermore to the bottom side. But the market, we understand that it's on a tariff and whatever, and it's still gonna push to the below side. So those are your support and resistance. Let's go to your NAS 100 and see what is it that is going on. You see, we killed the sell as well. The side, yo guys. The funny thing is when we get there, we're milking. Understand? So that is the nicest thing about me. I always milk. And then if you see here, we have our support here at this level. We need to break this one to confirm our selling opportunities, pushing furthermore to the bottom side. Understand? So with this, once it breaks there, we understand, and then we have our resistance there. The market can play around as many as it wants here. At the end of the day, for me, the market will do what? The market will actually react a bit here, right? pass there, and then we're gonna push below side. We're still gonna look for selling opportunities because I don't want to lie to you. I've been trading sales. There will be the time whereby I decide it's not now. You understand? So that's how support and resistance really works. You understand? I see that the course is really fast, moving too fast. We're moving too fast, guys. And then now we're going to talk about the trend lines, and we need to jump into the chart again and to the presentation again and see what is it that we're gonna be talking about. You understand? Uh, yeah, let's do it like this so that we know very well that we are on the same thing. You understand? So we have trend lines and market structure. So the trend line actually defines the market structure as well. Support and resistance define market structure as well. You know, trend lines, support and resistance, and other strategies like AMD do define market structure. So those are the strategies that I like using. We're not gonna talk about AMD here, but it's the same thing that I also use to actually define the structure of the market. So when we talk about the structure, it's you understanding the direction. So you understand an upper trend that's on higher highs and higher lows, and downtrend is a lower highs and lower lows. Trend line gives you clarity in choices. You understand? So it always makes you understand the market structure of the market. So that's the trend line. With this, you are the key. You are the king. Understand? So now we're gonna just jump into the board again. Like I told you, I like the board very well because it gives me a good explanation of the market. Most of the people don't really like it, but trust me, guys, for me, it gives me a good explanation of the market. It's something that I really, really, really like, showing the people. So with the trend line, guys, you need to understand this line. Ne? This, it's a line, right? That is why it's a trend line. So actually, let me do this, right? This is a line. you know, People like saying that, hey man, this is a line, right? It's a line, like it's a normal line, it's just diagonal, but it's a line, you know. And then this one again, it's a line. If we don't have a chart inside, then there's nothing that is trending. So it's not an upper trend because I actually driven it like that. It's just two diagonal lines. You understand? So when we say it's an upper trend, it's a trend of a specific thing. You understand? So if the market were talking about t-shirts and those t-shirts were being worn by 100 people in a specific year, then that will be a trend of those t-shirts. And then the day people decide to no longer wear those t-shirts, it will be the breakout of the t-shirt. Understand? So it's very important for you to understand those are lines, but what is it that is trending inside those lines? So people, when they see lines, it's a trend line. No, even if I don't actually create this, right? I don't actually create this, but I come and say, the market is moving like this. You understand? And then I just let's say like this, without creating those lines. You understand? You will hear English how it will come around and say it will say this is the trend, right, of the market. Not this is the trend line of the market. But with the trend line, it just gives us a simplest definition of understanding. With the lines, it gives us a bit of, because here some might not be able to see the trend. It needs you to be advanced to see this. You understand? Without lines. Me, I can see them. I don't even need to create them. So with me understanding it, so when we say structure, is because you need to, if it did this and do this, it will do the same thing until it breaks the structure. When it says that when you build a house, you need to use the same strategy. You can never start with the roof. No, what house are you building there? You understand? So it's always important to understand that there's somewhere where there's to start. That's the structure, and then push it to. And for us to change the structure, it needs to break something. Understand? With this, we know that we need to maybe break our low here. Then we know this is a change of character. But at the end of the day, man, for me to put lines here, is there any problem? Even I can even put it like this. And is it any problem to put the lines here? Isn't it the same thing? It's the same thing. So that's why we say trend lines. I'm just giving you, I know you're going to get confused with a lot of people saying a lot of things. I just want you to no longer be confused and understand. Man, people can talk the same things at the same time, but define them differently, And at the end of the day, in the long run, they be like, man, this is just the same thing. And then I hate a person that says someone's strategy doesn't work. Me, guys, will come with a strategy I learn. Come with your SMC, put it here, I'll be learning. You come with your ICT, I will be learning. Man, you said the strategy is making money, so why not? Should I judge the strategy that's making money? The point is making money here, And if you're not making money on a certain strategy, change, my brother. So it's the right time for you to change. So it's very, very important for you to actually understand that. I'm talking to you especially. So, like obviously now we are on an upper trend, right? And we need to understand that this is our what is this? Our high, and then this is our high low. You understand? So I'm just gonna just say H. You understand? They have to be big, guys, for point of respect, because on a high, that's what it's actually representing. And then we have our high low here. You understand? High low. You understand? So at this certain point, we need to understand this is how the market really moves. So when you get here, you're not looking for sales. Understand? Okay, here you can look for sales to come here because it's a structure, but you know that the market long term, we just buy because we are on a trend, man. We are cruising. So I like students when they say people like going against the trend. They're right, man. We are just buying. You are busy selling. We are busy selling now. What are you buying for? You want the sniper injury? Sniper interest just a flex, man. Most of your mentors they don't really get them. At the end of the day, you can get a sniper in trend, hold, come back and blow. Understand? So here we have our first touch, second touch. On the third touch, you will push to the top. So this is an advice to give you as well that we are on an upper trend. We just buy here. Understand? This is how it is. This is just a trend line. Versus to the downtrend. Understand? So, we're gonna jump into the chart quick and just try to create those trend lines. But I wanted you guys to understand with the trend line, don't disrespect the trend line. Don't ever in your entire life disrespect the trend line. Understand? But it's your choice, man. If you decide to do that, it's on you, man. Me, I'm still gonna respect it, and I know very well this is one of the best thing that I like using. Understand? So that will be me. So if you can see here, we already have a trend line here. So this trend line on my YouTube videos, other ones, if you can check, I've been creating this trend line so far. So I didn't create it today, but with my understanding, I understood that okay, this was just a downtrend, right? This was just a downtrend. So this is what is happening, guys. This one is a downtrend, right? This is obviously if it's a downtrend, this is your lower low, and this is your lower high, and this is your lower lows in the bottom side, right? Check what thing that you're gonna learn in the theory of trend line. There is third touch. On the third touch, the market has 90% rule of it to reverse. So here first touch. So we are gonna be getting this entry point. Extreme advanced because people they know very well. This was one of their easiest entry point. And I say here are easiest. It's easiest because you know very well that the third touch you're gonna push. This was you. You milked the whole thing. You understand? So that's how it is. I want you guys to really understand that. Understand? So we have our downtrend here. But this is a structure of the market. Once we are always on a downtrend, we need to understand that the market it's already telling us we are going to the bottom side. We're gonna decide to go to the bottom side the day we break here. And then we start correcting. And then that's when we're gonna start having what? An upper trend here. So let's say the upper trend comes and be like this. That's why we always say 90% rule of the trend line, 90% rule of the trend line. So I'm just gonna go with you guys so that you can understand when we talk about the 90% rule. These are one of my favorite things. That is why I like talking about them, understand? So that you really understand what's really going on, understand? And then come, and then comes and then break. It has to correct, and then it has to hit the take profit. So the 90% rule here, we have few quite of 90% rules. So when I say 90% rule, you have 90% chances of winning. We have this one, that touch, it has 90% rule. At the breakout, it has 90% rule there. So those are the one of the most. Now we can start putting the retest as well as having the 90% rule as well so that we can really understand it. Understand? So this is our downtrend. You understand? It can decide to push to the bottom side, but what is always you're gonna ask me, what is it that I think it will do? I think at a certain place it will play around. But if it breaks this place, we are going to the bottom side. We are going here. Understand? But if it fails, we have a higher chances of breaking it. But the market is still on the selling things. We are more focused on the selling directions. So inside those trend line, we always can have trend lines inside a trend line. You see, first, second, third, clean. And then first, second, third, 90% rule. So we have 90% rule where 90% rule here. This was an upper trend, right? We have a 90% rule here, and 90% rule here, and 90% chances here that the market will clean this. broke out, it cleaned it immediately, came back and did a bigger direction. We have what we call trend line inside the trend again. Understand? That one failed. That is why it's a 90% rule. The 10% is that the one can fail. The structure of the market, who's the biggest here? But for me to get there, I had to break here, come here, come back, I break here. Simple, right? Let me show you something quick. That's why we define the market very well. Understand? We come back again, we have this one, right? And then broke out, come back, clean that one. Okay. Now we have this one. It has to be here though. One thing about the market, even if you try to force it, it has to be there. So it has to do what come back, break here, and then once it breaks here, we know the roll will go in there. Right. So that's how the market is it's actually moving. The market moves like this. So you should take this and then go create it in the past. You understand? So I'm just gonna screenshot it. If you need it, I'll send you so that you don't forget. You go create it in the past, come back around with it, you understand how the market really moves. You understand? So that's how it is. So with this, we just use what we call major key. We take it from this point here. Don't get confused. Yo, if you get confused, guys, it's gonna be a problem. I understand. So yes, let's quick guys. Let's take it quick. You understand? We need to jump. We need to jump. We need to move, guys. Yo, guys. I told you guys the course has to be like short, not too long. Understand? But yeah, I think I'm doing something for you guys, and which is one of the most important. So we talked about patterns, support and resistance, and trend line. Now we're gonna talk about trading psychology. So guys, obviously I'm not a psychologist. I'm not gonna be able to take out your emotions. I'm not qualified for that. But based on the experience that I had into the market, I can make you understand how do I manage my psychology. So you can take that one derive to your own practical life. You understand? So we have what we call our trading psychology: discipline over emotion, patience, pace, avoid over trading and revenging trading, and accept losses. They are part of the game. I once said this, and I had an interview. People already say you need to accept your losses. Guys, it's really, really important for you to accept your losses. Even if you can try to avoid them, you still have loss. You have a lot. You have a lot of losses. A lot. I don't know if you want me to lie and say you have small losses. You have a lot of losses. I don't know if I'm lying or what. If I'm lying, you can tell me. You have a lot of losses. Hmm? We need to change that. We need to make sure that we're shaping it. You become unprofitable part. You understand? So we need to really, really change that. You understand? Let me answer this call quick. Hello. It's boa, não sei bizinha. You understand? So you need to understand that trading psychology, it's one of the easiest thing, but the hardest to actually manage. You understand? Discipline over emotions, patience pay, avoid over trading and revenging trading, accept losses. When I say over trading, guys, the more you trade, the more you lose. Understand? The more you trade, the more you lose. And if you don't avoid those losses, ish, we're gonna have a bigger problem. Understand? Avoid over trading as well. Understand? So you need to always avoid over trading, guys. Trade a little bit. Don't over trade. The more you trade, the more you lose. But we can be in a room. I trade once. You trade 5 times, you still lose. One entry has to give you one of the greatest profits. You understand? Patience. That is why it requires patience for you to get those kind of entry points. Understand? So it's a really, really, really important. Understand? So yeah. So when we talk about discipline, guys, it's one of the things that you actually have to, you need to be disciplined, and for me to study discipline, I had to start with the small things, what you love the most. And most of you guys don't like going to the gym. Just tell yourself, if you want to go to the gym, if you fail being disciplined in simple life, then you can't be disciplined into the market, because by yourself you are not a disciplined person. Understand? Maybe if you smoke cigarette, just tell yourself that you're not gonna smoke it for like 2 months. I know it's going to be heavy for you, but if you can manage to do that, you'll be able to manage your discipline in every factor of life. You understand? So you need one thing people like saying, I'm strict around me, right? And I always say, I know that, and I hate the fact that I'm also strict to myself. You understand? I'm not strict to you alone. You understand? Even myself, I'm strict. to myself. So it's very important for you to know very well that and in the market spaces you need to be strict to yourself and say, oh no, I'm not gonna enter this because someone made a million yesterday, man. I'm going to enter this based on missing the certain direction. You understand? So discipline, start with disciplining yourself with smaller things, especially what you're addicted to. People might be too in every market they enter, they become mad. So you need to actually master that. You understand? So it's how the market really moves, guys. We can never actually like insist it and whatever. So you need to be disciplined enough. Understand? Discipline plays a bigger role into the market, and if you if you lose that, it's going to be a bigger problem. You need to be disciplined. Don't follow the trend. What people talk about. When I say trend, not the trend, the trend. People talk up. It's crazy when you get into a certain channel and they talk about your mentor and they say he crashed with the car. Does that change on how he trades? No, it doesn't. You are here to learn about how he trade. Forget about his lifestyle, man. Uh, it's money, man. You get the point. So, yeah, but you need to be disciplined as well once you have money. So, what do we say? Patience. It says patience pays. I've seen a lot of times when by I see a certain structure and I say, man, it will reverse during the day and I blow 5 times, but on the 6 times I got it on the right time. Why didn't I become patient enough to wait for that 6 time and get that entry point? Now the 6 time has to recover the 5 time. And then on the 6 time of it, I'm making small profit. Well, I could have been making the 5 times of what I have lost in my own mindset, not in trading. You understand? Because now, if you lost in trading, you have to recover it 6 time. You recover the 6 time that you could have lost, and now you're making the 6 time of whatever you could have because of patience. Patience really paid. You understand? Over trading, like I told, revenge trading. I think I lost approximately 1.4 million revenge trading. It's not a good thing. Not on the same day, but on a particular years and particular days and particular months. But yeah, revenge trading actually took approximately 1 point something million. Except losses, we talk about them, they're part of the game. They're actually the game now. It's a joke, guys. Let's jump into another chapter. Understand? Here we're gonna talk about the 4 codes of life. You understand? 4 codes of life: discipline, do what needs to be done, not what you think it has to be. You don't do what people say, do it. Like, it's crazy when you wake up and they say, do this. Like a person takes you to school and says, study. No, you are doing that because they told you. Do what needs to be done to actually get the best results. That's one of the most important thing. Vision. See where you are going. You can never like when I'm driving here and I'm going to Limpopo, I already know the vision of the place that I'm really going. I'm not gonna just take my car and drive and say I'm going to Limpopo. I don't even know the road. Create the road. Understand? Create the road. And when they say tunnel vision, it means on your other side, you're actually moving alone. You don't see, they're gonna speak. You are just moving straight. You understand? So it's always important to know. I hate a person that lives life with no vision. You don't understand where you're going, but I want to be as rich as possible. And then we say, rich as possible. What type of car you wanna drive when you are rich? It's an example. You say Polo. Oh, just say Lamborghini. Then you come with a Polo, with the money in your bank account that can afford a Lambo. I'll understand. But if you say I want to be the richest as Bill Gates, and then we say, what type of life you wanna live? I wanna live in a shack. Nah, you don't say that. I want to live in a mansion. But once you have that money to buy a mansion and live in a shack. But I won't live in a shack when I have those kind of cash. I'll live in a mansion, man. Hey, bro, come on, bro. It's access. You understand? So you have to have a best vision. For me to be where I at. When I was in high school, I was to manifest that I'm gonna be driving a 7.5. High school, bro. I don't even have 10 rent. But I'm thinking of driving a 700,000 car. How? It looks impossible. But after 2 years, after done with high school, I got the 7.5. You understand? And then after a few years, I started seeing, oh, manifesting works. Let me manifest something. I said, I want a C63S coupe. Like hustle, hustle, hustle. Because you are hustling knowing where you're going. Tomorrow, once you get those kind of certain things, you're gonna get those. You know, you can never say you want a C63 but not putting in the work. But you put the work based on what you actually want. And then now you get whatever you want. You get the point? And then I come and say, I want an M4. G82. Obviously, I got a G83. You understand? A convertible one. You understand? But at the end of the day, I said I want a G82. Understand? But check what happened. Life is crazy, guys. It's like, yo, this one is expensive. Let me just sit on this Golf 8. I got a Golf 8. Took me few months to actually generate. I was like, oh man, if I give them this car, I'll actually pay this amount. That was a good idea ever. And then I got a G83. Why JD3? Because JD2 I seen few, but I never seen a JD. A JD2 I seen a lot of them. I didn't see JD3. So it's like I want something that is me here. I got it. And that's when I was like, no, I'm tired with cars now. I need a big mansion. I want a 16 million house. Understand? So this is my vision now. And throughout the vision, I'll be building small houses. 3 million. I'm going there. One day I'll own the biggest castle. Understand? So those are actually me talking to you guys about vision. You need to have a bright vision. You can't, it's always important for you to have a vision. You can't just hustle. If you're just hustling, just know that if you're just looking for money or hustling, just know that you're not going anywhere. You're gonna get the money and do certain. But you wanna be like me. You hate me because I have a vision. You don't have one. Someone can come and say, you are rich. Who said I'm rich? To you, I am. To me, I'm not. That is why if tomorrow I'm broke, and you say I was rich, tell bro, I was broke, man. You just define me as a rich person because you are not at my level. A rich person doesn't live like I live. Doesn't have time to come and do this kind of courses for what? He's rich, most. So I'll come here, try to educate you. Understand? If I can make you have 100,000, I'll make 1 million. You understand? So that's how it is. People feel like sharing, it's wrong. But why you create a YouTube video whereby you could have the course could give you 100 million. My course basically it was most valued course. You seen when I give you guys for free, it generates you income, right? But I realized that the course wasn't the idea. The idea was create more traders. Those more traders, you'll see. I still have a vision. We're gonna work together and create more big. You help me create 100 million. I'm gonna make you have 1 million. Action. When we talk about action, we're just talking about, like 2025, it was the most year where I said, I'm going to do planning and executing. Shout out to the bros who went to Dubai, man. I think that takes a lot of decision. They sat down and said, man, we need to move out here and stay. So some of us can say, no, I want to move out next day. Next day comes still here. You are not taking any action. Yes, it's a difficult choice, guys. Don't feel like it's easy, man. It's home here. And I said, but they took it in action. So you need to take action. Whatever you plan, if you start planning of selling uh your your chips and bread, just sell it. Wake up tomorrow, buy potatoes, buy bread, sell it. Wait at the street and sell it. Don't think about pride. You're still young if you're thinking about pride, man. Pride for what? Because obviously, if you start saying pride is for ladies, you understand? But at the end of the day, they want the bag. So, pride for what? Even if you can get as dirty as possible, but if you're getting the bag, you are owning the game. Consistency, you understand? Reputation is wealth, guys. If you become consistent, you need to be consistent in small things. Don't only want to become consistent in money. No, become consistent in doing. If you can, that is why I said 2 months, no cigarette. I know you guys are consistent in smoking cigarette, weed every day. You are smoking. You see that consistency. I don't do that, but those consistency inspire me and say, this guy is consistent. Especially that type of cigarettes. I don't know how much it is. 2 rand. Consistent in buying that thing, 2 rand, and I do the maths. And you're not gonna buy it once, maybe 3 times a day, 6 rand. Do the maths. You're actually You're actually the banker. You're holding a lot. But the way you are so consistent about that, you know, I'm gonna talk about those kind of things because I realize that they create a lot of relationship. Man, I can go with one of my pro around, and then you see someone with they'll speak, but you don't understand how what they were speaking about. But the next thing they produce, they took an action, they produce, and then they're done. Do they know each other? No. After it's sharp, sharp. They move on. They creating a business cycle in a small world of them, but they don't understand, man. Business will make you meet new people, and the point of meeting will be about money. You understand? With those things, they meet a lot of people, and the point of meeting is smoking. Like they'll just move there, and then in a pass the road, and someone is smoking, be like, "Hey," and then he will give him, and then they'll be talking things. Some will cry, be like, "Oh man, oh my life is hard, man." You understand? And the other one said, like, I'm living a good life. And then now it's connection. It connects people. Those are the type of things that it's needed in business. You guys are putting it in the wrong field. We don't work with pride here. We don't work with jealous. No. If you start being jealous, you're in the wrong industry. Here we're working with, oh, you made 4 million. My guy, I'm leaving my job. Help me make 10 million. Okay, I can't be bigger than you. Help me make 1 million. Then what is your point for you to come here? I'll make you make 100 million. You have the vision and the plan. I'll bring ideas. That's how it is, guys. So the four codes of life, I like this part because it always, I always every day, guys, when I come, I just put four code of life, and then I'm like, oh, okay, discipline, vision, action, and consistency. I know that I'm gonna be. There are a lot of things that I have started this year. Consistency is lacking because I'll be consistent on this one. Oh man, you understand? Always focus on one thing. Me, I'm big enough to focus on four things, five, but you start with one. Focus there. So let's try. I'm not only saying that you need to focus on the market alone. Guys, you like the market. You like the market, man. The market is not your life, man. You just knew the market recently. What is it that you're doing before? You don't know. So you understand. So you need to refine, man. Risk management, guys. Never risk more than 1.2% per trade. You understand? Never. When I say risk, you need to understand that the money is small. You just funded 100 rand, you open 0.01 on USDT on a standard because you have a bonus of 200 extra. Does that make sense to you? I know it doesn't make sense to you. Put it on a micro account, risk 1.2% trade. Always use a stop loss, no emotion. It will take time for you to reach 100,000. But willing to reach the 100,000, you're gonna reach. What is the most important thing? So I like 1 to 5%. Understand? But for you, 1 is to 2% is great. So okay, great. So what are you not going to make that certain amount in that certain months? Let's say in 6 months, you're gonna make 100. Can I make it in one day? In those good times of trading, you're gonna make it in 5 months. But at the end of the day, didn't you make it? You did. I will fund maybe 5 times 10Ks to make 100K. You only funded once. Well, didn't you make it? You did. The matter of things is that at the end of the day, I made it. Yes, you made 100 million. I made that 100,000 and I did it. So there is no need to rush up in Forex, guys. Always use a stop loss, guys. I don't use one, but for you, use it. Because now you're talking about, okay, I'm gonna start using it. Actually, at my side, I have to start being consistent with it. You enter a trade, man, you do your things, you carry your child, when you come back, it hit the take profit. Tomorrow it hit the stop loss, but you're risking 1 is to 2%. So why not? Let's go. No emotion when managing trades. No emotion. That is why you need to go and be with the firm. Focus, man. You need to focus. So, guys, and I'm teaching you, and I have to be teaching my subscribe clients on Wednesday. So they be like, man, this guy starts with the YouTube ones, man. No, guys, not because I value you guys more than them. It's because for them, we don't just create a small package. We're gonna start be teaching around Wednesday. So you guys still have more time to inquire about it. So now we're gonna jump in. We are done with the market. That's what we said. We gave you guys the free knowledge. right? And then now is the time for me and you to work together. Affiliate marketing, the passive income arm. Get paid to refer traders or promote tools. Use your skill to build a business. Platforms, YouTube. So I'm gonna mention names here. Your Radal Flix, your Rolio Jack, your Shami. This is what they did. They created a platform, right? They started speaking about mentors. Ah, man, your mentor is a what? You understand it? This and that. And then you guys gave them subscribers, right? And then they're smart. They get paid from YouTube one. You need to start your YouTube channel. Just do whatever jokes or you start getting. You want money, so do anything that will give you money. You get the point. And then check what they did. They went to the brokers or the brokers went to them. I don't know which one is which one. And then they said, we're going to give you this link. You promote to the people, and then we're gonna give you a certain amount. They can comment if I'm lying. You can comment as their friend and say, yeah, you are lying. Go to check them. They'll always tell you join this, join that, right? Because they're getting paid for that certain thing. They are affiliate marketers. They are marketing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. We are educating you as well now today to know that, oh man, these dudes, they just took us there to a conference and then now they're giving us product and they're earning. How good is that? We don't know how much they're getting. What if they're getting more than 30K? Do you have 30K? But you are helping them to get it. You see, wake up. Understand? So you get paid off referring, even if you can start by referring your own family. You go to any broker that you of your choice that you are using, right? You say you want to be an athlete. I remember in 2019 when I went to FX Pro, I was like, I want to be an athlete. Like, oh no, what are you gonna? I lied. They gave me the link. Why not? I lied. I started testing. Everyone said, I want to start trading. I was like, yeah, you can come start trading. There's the link that you need to use to start trading. And then he used it to register. Okay, fine. Tomorrow I'm earning, 200 nyana. Something for that time. And instead, then I started learning the big shark of it. I'm gonna educate you guys. I created a group about it. I'm gonna actually give you guys. I'm gonna teach you guys about affiliate. Why not? It's making money. Making money makes sense. You see now the channel is expanding. It's coming to be a heavy channel that you never thought it's going to become. Understand? So it's cool. You going to actually start any of those things and start, promoting it. There is no way they're gonna say make your clients lose. No. Mm-mm. It's all about having the knowledge. So you get paid to refer or promote tools. So with XNES, once you register, you already have the link there in the top side. So register with XNES, get the link at the top side. Start pushing it. Trust me, in few months you're gonna be starting to make a young clipper a day. And then you're gonna be cool. You're gonna start having money to fund. So because I'm telling you guys, all of you guys will start them. So it means the people are in this video are not your target market. Your target market are those who don't know about this video. So wake up. So the easiest thing, guys, is register with Titan Plus Trading. You understand? And then once you register with Titan Plus Trading, go to the main menu, request for affiliate. I'm gonna be the one that actually approve it, and then you're gonna get the highest percentage of all the profits you ever seen. Then now you start pushing. Understand? So that's how it is. And we're gonna select the best 15 that we're gonna start educating because we're gonna start creating podcasts, more focus on them. We're gonna start focusing on them and building them to become the greatest affiliate if you just wanna be an affiliate. I know one of the biggest granny that I know stays in one of the biggest house in Santin. And when I went there, it's just to learn. And I asked, what does she do? She's just in affiliate marketing. She pushes insurance. If she gives a person an insurance, she gets 1,000. You see, if she refer you, she get 1,000. So if she refer 100 people, she get 100,000. And don't think she's not in this. She's there. She just put that money again and then push the broken Google. And then you come, you register, she earns. It's a granny, man. It doesn't need a car. It doesn't need a big mansion. Done. Understand? So those are the things that I'll be like, no, granny, you're smart than you. Ah, come on. You see, you can go around like Pineapple Insurance, check around them, and then you're gonna find they're gonna give you 1,000 to refer a client. That's affiliate marketing. For more of these guys, you're gonna just come DM me. We're gonna talk. Step to step in affiliate market, you sign up for a broker affiliate program, build your personal brand around trading, share result tips, breakdown, post your affiliate link everywhere. You only need 100 clients to create 100,000. You're done. Make sure, guys, stand up for this. Real wealth comes from skill. Trading is not gambling; it's a skill. Patience, use patterns, respect, support, and trust psychology. Add affiliate income and double streams. You see now you are being educated. You are being educated, guys. So those are the things, guys. Real wealth comes from skill, guys. You gotta be skillful. I wish if I were to be talking this and I put my cards at the back so that would be like, oh, this is great. So final motivation, guys. No one will hand it to you. No one will hand it to you. Like I said in the video, no one will come and give you money. You have got up to take it. Understand? Learn the charts, learn your mind, learn the game, and when you do, run it up. Bring others with you. I like the fact that this course is actually speaking about me and you. It's not always about me. You, what I'm doing now, go do it to others. Go start analyzing for free on YouTube for people. I give you 10 months and you see how your TikTok, your YouTube is gonna grow. Do that on TikTok actually. And how many brokers are gonna come and say, hey, put people inside here and you're gonna earn. You understand? And they'll be like, oh, I'm the person that is actually like people that promotes alcohol and say I drink estropads. You when you drink it, you buy it, they get something. Use my promo code. So that's how it is, guys. No one will hand it to you. You have to go out and get it. Understand? Got to take it. Understand? Learn to the charts, learn your mind, learn the game. And when you do, run it up and bring others. You have got to take it. It's very important. So let's go. Let's go, guys. So yeah, guys, we're done with our course, guys. We really appreciate your time and your effort. Let's go, guys. Make sure that we reach 100K subscribers because more of things gonna come, guys. Yo. So, guys, I really appreciate your time, guys. Yo, I love you guys so much. Thank you, guys, for watching this, guys. Thank you. Let's move. Let me post.